So whenever you want to start, you can.
Are these...
Oh, my cat is meowing in your performance. I'll mute.
Alrighty, so let's start now. Alrighty, so one belief my peers have that I think is silly is they think only famous people can do crazy things, like give their grandma a rat for Christmas. But celebrities started like everyone in this audience. They just had the knowledge and the creativity to come up with the idea and the courage to do it. Can everybody see the drawing pad all right? It's just that creativity can scare people. I wanted to teach my friends how to do improv comedy, but they look at me like they shouldn't be quick to judge because improv warm-ups are no different than Pictionary. It might appear so because we spend a lot of time and money watching celebrities in movies, but not Pictionary. We spend a lot of time and money watching celebrities play basketball, but no one ever says, basketball is a challenging sport best reserved for Harrison Barnes. And if that doesn't turn out well, being the slowest runner who motivates his team and his coach with his work ethic, which anyone can do, is more valuable than being a couch potato. Anyone can sign up to perform stand-up comedy at the open mics in town, and they are a safe place to practice public speaking. You can use notes, forget lines, and get no laughs, and we won't say, "Get out of here!" But practice and have a good reason for doing so. I started stand-up with only a writing short stories class and a love for singing as a prerequisite, and I lost first round of my first comedy competition, but neither my friends or competitors viewed me as incompetent. Later, an open mic competition opened up at Groucho's, and I won second place 3 times. So, trying new activities that appear to be challenging won't ruin your reputation. It will improve it. Thank you.
Yay! That was funny.
Oh yeah, I liked it too.
And encouraging.
Yeah.
Is that the same set that you did last night or totally different?
Totally different. I think the set that I did last night, it was this one.
Oh.
This one is about my own personal experience about using Facebook.
Hmm.
And like, first I used a Facebook profile picture that looked like this for the Hunger Games. But then my parents thought I should change it to something more professional, like my graduation day photo.
What'd you think about that?
What?
Well, what did you think about that when they told you to do that? Did you do it?
Well, I was sort of reluctant about it because I didn't really believe their claims that employers were checking Facebook, and I just kind of wanted Facebook to be sort of like a fun place. But now I realize Facebook is a very serious place.
It's almost too serious.
Yeah. Make sure you avoid getting into arguments with other people.
A lot of opinions on there. I liked how encouraging your set was, and I felt like you were pointing out in your jokes how we get shy or worried about things that like failing or messing up, but it's
I get confused about the date. So yeah, I think it is this weekend.
I thought Pam was going up this weekend and the 4th of July is next.
Hi, Patricia.
I don't know. I guess I better clarify
Because
that.
we leave a week from today, right? Yeah, you're right. So it's probably Saturday that you're leaving.
This Saturday,
Leo,
Leo,
do you know
might
who
be able
this
to
is?
mute Mom. There you go.
So, did you want to see the ones that got where I got second place for?
Sure, that would be great.
Alrighty, so this one is sort of about how socializing with a girl who wants to play volleyball is easier than somebody who wants to sit at your table, because you just have to follow the rules of the game of volleyball, like serving and moving towards the ball. But with someone who sits at your table who's a boring-friendly zombie, there's a lot of different part of your days that you can talk about, and there is no compass to determine which one is the best one. Like, you could talk about television, and The Big Bang Theory would be a good one because I watch it, but not sports because I don't. Or if you wanted to talk about my running, you could talk about my attitude during the sport, which was good. Or you could talk about my times, which were bad. And then these two graphs over here, they sort of show like my different aspects of my relationships in high school and in college. Like, I had maybe a medium amount of friends in high school, and I built a lot of rapport amongst them. I spent a medium amount of time with them. And then in college, I spoke to a lot of different people, and it felt like I didn't build very much rapport, but I think I actually built more rapport than it felt like I was building. And I think I could have built this much rapport if I had known some of the things that I do now. And this is how much time I felt like I spent with my classmates. this is how much time that I actually spent with them. And then this area needs to be changed color for more contrast, but this area right here represents how much I could if I knew the things that I do now.
There's so many
Let's see.
aspects, so many influences.
Yeah.
What's next?
Let's see. This one was the first set I got like second place for, and this one is a little bit tricky because I think I do a set that works. I do sort of a maneuver with these two drawings that I think works well live, but maybe not through video because I sort of fall down. I sort of put my hand like like through a bit of fire.
Oh.
This one's about patience. If you're not patient, talking to you is like putting my hand in fire. And then like, but patience is that hand that lifts me up when I am lost and confused.
Mm.
And then I sort of talk about being confident as a comedian, and then showing an effort as a hard worker, as a construction worker right here.
The shading on that arm is really
And then
beautiful.
I also have another.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you like the shading on this arm?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it sort of looks like the style is on all of these characters and the ones that you're about to show us.
Yeah. I think that the Luther teacher, the art teacher, said that my style reminded him of a certain artist, but I can't remember his name, what the artist's name was. I think his last name was like Katz with a Z and a K.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think I know. I don't remember the name. Katz. He did some big painting in the Des Moines Art Center.
Oh yeah, I think his first name is Alex.
Yeah, like Alex Katz.
Yeah. I kind of can see the similarity too.
Do you sort of
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had not heard of that artist until I showed him my art.
Did you look it up online?
And, yeah, I think I might have looked it up online. I think I just I think how I got this art style is that I just sort of started drawing like from looking at photos, and then just like I noticed that like certain areas were just shaded differently than others.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Tolerance is like talking to and playing with people with different disabilities and nationalities. Like when I played defense against this girl with cerebral palsy in basketball, which I did like this. You might not have been able to enjoy that fully because my arm went outside of the camera.
Mm.
Like when I'm trying to call someone, it's impossible for me to know what they're doing. I need to imagine that they're busy doing something. So
Oh,
we
that
need
is.
something else to do.
That was a good reveal.
I liked it. I was gonna say that too. I like the reveal. It gives you, you know.
And then for this last one that I got second place on, I think I gotta give you a little bit of a heads up because one of the drawings has an example of a kiss that I criticized for being disrespectful.
Oh.
It's not something that we should post on Facebook.
Somebody criticized you? Or you're
No, I criticized.
you're the
Like
criticist.
this is something that you should not put on Facebook.
Oh.
And the other scenes are appropriate?
This is an appropriate kiss
Mm.
because it shows the love between two people.
And what kind of kiss
It's like
is
Mike and I celebrated our 40th anniversary at Yellowstone this year.
Yay.
That's sort of
Yeah.
Oh, the kiss below is like showy, like look at me, look at how extravagant we are. We don't really love each other.
Oh yeah.
They're very like showy and it feels different than the top kiss.
The bottom feels a lot more critical, like satirical, like in a way. I don't see it as necessarily inappropriate. It seems like you're sort of making fun of that couple, the old man with the two women. I don't know.
well. I think in the speech in the talk I sort of add to that someone comments, "You are such a lucky guy." So that would also play in the role of it being disrespectful.
Oh yeah. You can see that.
But what about these dogs? What are they up to?
Jackie shared a post. We are tech support. We came here to delete your cookies. This joke is appropriate for Facebook because it has no swearing, drugs, sex, negativity, or violence in it.
I like your impressions very much. And the top one?
Yeah.
This one or this one?
Oh, there's two of them. Let's do the
The one with
skater, yeah. Or is it skiing?
Tom shared a link to roller skis.
Oh.
This post is bad because I doubt that Tom is passionate about roller skis.
What? I doubt it too.
I don't know because you have to spend a lot of money on them.
It's true. I think. I don't know. I've never gone shopping for roller skis. I didn't even know they were a thing.
I've never even heard of them. Yeah, I didn't know they existed either. Man, it's like a new, brave new world.
What about
The
the...
world is passing me by.
He's going too fast. Yeah, what about that panel? It's hard for me to make it out. What's going on? There's a hand.
Really?
There's a hand. And
Oh, the
is
oh,
he-
wait, a TV.
Oh.
This is supposed to be a microwave,
Oh yeah.
the oven,
Oh, I see it now.
snake.
A snake?
Maybe it ought to be this color right here ought to be a bit darker.
I think maybe the zoom is making it hard to see the detail. But what's a snake doing in the
Oh,
oven?
yeah.
Or is he gonna bite his hand?
If you do not repost this within 15 seconds, these snakes will invade your house.
That's inappropriate because that's a lie. Is that a made up?
It's very.
Is that a made up one or a real one you saw?
Well, it's inspired by a post that I have seen. Or it's sort of like that.
Very
Oh, no.
threatening. The drawings.
Leo, do you feel like you're able to talk about? Oh, sorry. I was going to ask, do you feel like you're able to cover different topics because you're doing drawings now? Because does the artwork help your comedy cover new topics?
I think so. I think there's sort of like you can sort of describe something with text however much and for an infinite amount of time, but it still wouldn't replace the effect of actually seeing a picture of the actual thing going on.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a performance where you're able to kind of place characters for you to interact with, like
Oh,
using your hand to interact with the fire, and then all of a sudden you can also use the same drawing to say that it's safe, and then how you were interacting with the girl who was playing basketball. Like, it's kind of interesting how you can create these scenes for you to interact with in your joke. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I got the idea from a Dimitri Martin set. I think that what he did in his set was that he was like talking about like being at a party, and he sort of like drew sort of the party scene, and then he sort of put his hand behind the little drawing pad like this to sort of show that his hand was sort of holding the mug.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
So that's where I got the idea to interact with the drawings.
yeah.
This was awesome. Thank you for showing us your drawings and doing some comedy.
Yeah, I think that the drawings are a really awesome component because, like, drawings are inherently like vulnerable in a lot of ways. Like when people draw something in front of people, it's like they're revealing a part of themselves. So I think they're blah blah blah.
Running out of time, we've removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's great. And yeah. Do you find that the drawings do they affect your timing with the humor, or has that?
I think that people who have watched me perform and say that they really like the way I time myself, like talking and me pointing at this drawing pad.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. All right, that's cool. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to share before we wrap up?
Well, I think I might want to share a drawing that some people really liked. It was this drawing right here.
Oh yeah.
I think that they just sort of like the contrast between all the different characters. Yeah.
I really liked when you explained the concept of this drawing. Would you want to summarize the idea?
Yeah. This one is Zombie Joe. He's a random person who you meet in the hallways who you know nothing about. The only way to disinfect his virus is by engaging him in conversation. And then your next contestant is Roy Jew. He shares your major, and you've read about his accomplishments online in the actuarial world. He completed his actuarial exams 10 years earlier than most people do while taking enough classes to graduate a year early. You could recognize him in the hallways, even though you've never talked to him before. Your next contestant is Hal Bright. You don't even know what he looks like. All you know about him is that your mom has told you that he works at the DNR and that he has autism. And then your final contestant is Zach Kyle. Zach Kyle is your new running teammate who's like your grandma's dog. He finds you when you least expect it. His passion for running that you share with him magnetizes him to you, while your true passion is video games.
Nice.
Leo, I like your perspective, and when you perform your drawings,
Oh yeah.
it's cool to see how you are looking at the world of interacting with people, and I relate to a lot of what you're talking about.
I do too. I was noticing what I like about a lot of the pictures is when you first look at them, they're mysterious. You're like, what is going on? And then your explanation, you feel like you're I don't know. I like the way that the explanation is a reveal that explains who all these suspects are. And that's a really interesting thing from an audience point of view, like the journey of like, oh, that's what that's about. You know, you're putting the audience in a position where they don't understand what's going on. When they look at the drawing, they say, oh, there's all these weird people. And then your explanation kind of, I don't know, it's interesting. I think it's really cool.
And then I think maybe I can show you the set where I got the idea for the drawings. It was this set where I talked about like dormitories, where I compared the having 10 dormitories with 2 people each versus having 1 dorm room with 20 people. And when I was recording video, that joke was the funniest line. So I think as a comedian, one of the things I do is look at the parts that were of my set where people are laughing and just try and figure out what made that line funny so that I can sort of make more jokes like that into future sets.
Oh, that's a good strategy.
It is. It also seems like you had mentioned about you like improv, and so having a drawing there is almost like having another person that you can improv against. Like, oh, there's this thing, and then you can kind of react to the drawing, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, Leo, there's another show going on the live stream. Do you want to say goodbye to the live stream? And then we can keep talking for a couple more minutes. If you want to like thank people for tuning in and.
Alrighty. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching me talk about my drawings and my comedy.
And how can people find out about your work?
Well, perhaps they can friend me on Facebook or maybe email me.
Cool.
Rachel, maybe you might be willing to share my email address with them.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, I'm going to turn off the streaming.